Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a vast temple, silent and sacred. But within this temple, voices sometimes echo, voices that whisper doubts, fears, and destructive illusions. These are the negative thoughts that creep in when you are alone, when you are vulnerable, when your spirit is reaching for light. They do not come to support you, they come to weaken you. They do not come to heal you, they come to rob you of your strength. And if you do not learn how to master them, they will master you. Do you realize how much of your suffering is not created by the world outside, but by the storm inside your own head? A single negative thought can multiply into 10, and those 10 can multiply into hundreds, until your entire perception of life is darkened by shadows that do not even exist. The greatest battles are not fought with swords or fists. They are fought with thoughts. And the enemy you must defeat is not standing before you. It is whispering within you. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you think you are powerless, you will never discover your strength. If you think you are unworthy, you will walk with your head bowed, never daring to claim the blessings that are already yours. If you think you are destined to fail, you will sabotage every chance at success before it even begins. But when you choose to rise above those thoughts, when you choose to command them instead of obey them, your life begins to transform. You must understand your mind is not your enemy, but it becomes a dangerous weapon when left uncontrolled. Imagine giving a sword to a child with no training. The sword does not know right from wrong, and without discipline it can cut everything, even the one holding it. Your thoughts are the same. Without discipline, they cut you down, they wound your spirit, they weaken your will. But with training, with awareness, with deliberate mastery, those same thoughts can become tools of creation, building you into someone unstoppable. Negative thoughts often arise from fear. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of being judged, fear of not being enough. But ask yourself, when you give in to those fears, what do you gain? Nothing. You only lose. You lose opportunities. You lose confidence. You lose peace. Fear is the chain that holds you to the ground while your soul longs to fly. Break that chain and you will discover how much power you have been carrying all along. You cannot stop a bird from flying over your head, but you can stop it from building a nest in your hair. In the same way, you cannot prevent a negative thought from passing through your mind, but you can refuse to let it take root. Too many people allow those thoughts to nest, to breed, to multiply until their mind becomes a battlefield of chaos. Stop entertaining them. Stop giving them power. You are not the servant of your thoughts. You are the master of them. When a negative thought enters your mind, confront it. Do not cower before it. Ask it, is this true? Is this helpful? Is this thought building me up or tearing me down? If it is a lie, cast it out. If it is poison, spit it out. If it is heavy, drop it. Because your mind is sacred ground, and not every thought deserves the right to stay there. There is a power in silence. When your thoughts scream lies, do not argue endlessly with them. Stand in silence and let your stillness become stronger than their noise. Like a mountain unmoved by the wind, you must learn to hold your ground. Thoughts lose their power when you no longer chase them, when you no longer kneel to them. Stand tall in your silence and let the storm pass. Do not underestimate the power of what you repeat to yourself daily. Negative thoughts often disguise themselves as truth because you have repeated them for so long. I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I will fail. These are not facts, these are habits. and habits can be broken. Replace them with words that empower you. Speak strength until you believe it. Speak victory until you live it. Speak courage until fear has no home in you anymore. Understand this, your mind listens to everything you feed it. Feed it despair, and it will grow weak. Feed it hope, and it will grow strong. Feed it anger, and it will become restless. Feed it peace, and it will become calm. The mind is a garden. If you neglect it, weeds of negativity will grow wild. If you care for it, if you plant seeds of discipline, gratitude, and courage, it will produce fruits of strength that will nourish your life. Negative thoughts thrive in the darkness of inattention. The moment you shine the light of awareness on them, their grip begins to loosen. Watch them, and you will see that most of them are illusions, phantoms with no substance, shadows with no body. How many times have you feared something that never even happened? How many nights have you lost sleep over scenarios that existed only in your imagination? Learn to see them for what they are, empty threats, and they will no longer control you. You must realize that mastering your thoughts is not a one-time battle. It is a lifelong discipline. Just as a warrior sharpens his blade daily, you must sharpen your mind. Just as a monk trains his spirit daily, you must train your awareness. Some days, the negative thoughts will be loud, pressing, and relentless. Do not despair. Endure. For every moment you refuse to surrender, you grow stronger, and with time, their voices weaken. Your strength does not come from never having negative thoughts. It comes from not allowing those thoughts to decide who you are. You may feel doubt, but you are not doubt. You may feel fear, but you are not fear. You may feel weakness, but you are not weakness. You are the awareness that observes all of these passing clouds, and beyond those clouds is a sky that cannot be shaken. Do not try to destroy every negative thought. Instead, rise so high above them that they can no longer touch you. A lion does not waste energy swatting flies. It walks with such majesty that the flies do not matter. Learn to rise above. Let the thoughts come and go, but do not bow to them. Lift your mind to higher ground, and the noise of negativity will sound small compared to the greatness of your spirit. When the mind tells you, you cannot answer with action. Action is the sharpest blade against doubt. Do not wait for courage to appear before you act, and courage will follow. Each time you take a step despite fear, you weaken the chains of negativity. Each time you push forward despite doubt, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than the voices that try to stop you. Your thoughts may try to bury you, but remember, these seeds are also buried, yet from the darkness they grow toward the light. Every time negative thoughts try to cover you in despair, let it be the soil from which your strength grows. Do not see them as obstacles, see them as training. Every challenge to your mind is an opportunity to rise higher, to discipline yourself further, to sharpen your spirit until nothing can break you. The most dangerous prison is not made of bars and walls. It is made of negative thoughts that convince you to stay where you are, never reaching, never trying, never growing. Break free from that prison. Do not live your life as a prisoner of illusions. The key is in your hand. It is awareness, discipline, and choice. Choose freedom, choose strength, choose life. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who sees them, the one who commands them, the one who decides which to embrace and which to release. Do not bow to negativity. Do not let the whispers of weakness dictate your destiny. Stand tall, claim your mind, and let your thoughts serve you instead of enslave you. when the storm of negative thoughts rises inside you. Remember this truth: the storm is loud, but it is not eternal. Every storm has its end, but the strength you build by standing firm in the middle of it will remain forever. Do not curse the storm. Use it. Let it test you. Let it shape you. Let it carve into your soul the kind of resilience that no calm day could ever give you. For peace is not the absence of storms. Peace is the power to stand unshaken within them. Think of how many lives have been ruined not by the world outside, but by the quiet corrosion within. The warrior who loses heart before the battle begins has already been defeated. The dreamer who surrenders to doubt never even takes the first step. The gifted soul who believes they are worthless will bury their talent under the weight of lies. Your negative thoughts seek to steal not only your joy but also your destiny. They come as thieves in the night, but you must stand guard. Be vigilant. Do not allow them entry into the chambers of your mind. Too many live their lives believing every thought that arises in their head. But just because a thought enters your mind does not mean it deserves your trust. Some thoughts come from your wounds, some from your fears, some from the voices of others that you have unconsciously carried within you. Not every voice in your mind is your own. Learn to distinguish between the truth and the lies. A thought that weakens you is not your truth. A thought that strips you of courage is not your truth. A thought that dims the light in you is not your truth. You must train yourself to speak back with authority. Do not whisper when negativity shouts. Answer it with words of power. When the thought says, "You cannot," declare, "I will." When it says, "You are nothing," declare, "I am more than enough." When it says, "You will never overcome," rise up with fire in your voice and proclaim, "I have already overcome." Do not underestimate the power of your own words. They are not mere sounds. They are forces. Speak them with conviction, and they will become pillars of strength within you. The reason negative thoughts often control people is because they give them silence. They let them speak unchallenged, unopposed, unanswered. But silence is agreement. Refusing to confront them is the same as believing them. Do not remain silent when your mind tries to enslave you. Respond with clarity, respond with authority, respond with faith. Every time you speak light into the darkness of your mind, the shadows retreat. Realize this: your mind was not created to dwell on weakness. Your mind was created to be the throne of wisdom, clarity, and vision. But if you let it be filled with poison, wisdom cannot flow. Poisonous thoughts block the stream of strength, and you become paralyzed by doubts that were never real in the first place. Your potential is vast, yet it is choked by the vines of negativity if you allow them to grow unchecked. Cut them down. Do not let them strangle your greatness. Your greatest enemy is not the critic outside. It is the critic inside. The critic outside may insult you once, but if your mind repeats their words 1,000 times, it is your own echo that hurts you most. Do not give your inner critic unlimited power. Learn to silence it. Learn to rise above it. Learn to refuse its lies until it has no strength left to speak. Every negative thought is a seed. If you water it with attention, if you nurture it with belief, it will grow roots deep into your spirit. And once rooted, it becomes harder to uproot. But if you refuse to water it, if you starve it of attention, if you deny it the soil of belief, it withers and dies. Your attention is your power. Do not waste it on what destroys you. When your mind says, "You are weak," remember the times you endured. Remember the nights you thought you would not survive. yet you are still here. Remember the battles that left you scarred, yet you rose again. Weakness is not your truth. Resilience is. Strength is not the absence of struggle. It is the proof that you have endured. Let your past victories remind you of the warrior you are. Your mind will often drag you into the past, replaying regrets and mistakes until you drown in shame. Or it will throw you into the future, imagining disasters and failures that have not yet come. But understand this, your power is only in the present. The past cannot be changed, the future cannot be controlled, but this moment can be commanded. When negative thoughts try to pull you into the shadows of past or future, anchor yourself in the now. Speak to yourself, I am here, I am strong, I will act today. A gratitude is one of the strongest weapons against negative thoughts, because negativity thrives on lack. It focuses on what is missing, what is wrong, what is broken. Gratitude shifts your eyes to what is present, what is working, what is beautiful. Each time you choose gratitude, you deny negativity its power. It cannot live in the same space as gratitude. They are fire and water. One extinguishes the other. Cultivate gratitude daily, and your mind will not have room to dwell on despair. Do not be fooled into thinking that mastering your thoughts means you will never feel pain again. Pain will still come, but with mastery, pain becomes your teacher, not your master. Fear will still whisper, but with mastery, fear becomes fuel for courage. Doubt will still appear, but with mastery, doubt becomes the sharpening stone that makes your conviction unbreakable. The difference lies not in what you feel, but in what you choose to believe. Negative thoughts are like clouds, heavy and dark, but they cannot stop the sun from shining. They may cover the light for a while, but the light is still there, waiting to break through. And just as the sun always rises again, so does your strength, so does your clarity, so does your purpose. Do not be deceived by temporary clouds. The sky of your being is vast, eternal, unshaken by passing storms. Your life will always be shaped by what you decide to magnify. If you magnify negativity, it will consume your vision until you see nothing else. If you magnify courage, it will expand until it dominates your world. If you magnify doubt, it will bury your dreams. But if you magnify hope, it will resurrect them. What you focus on grows. Be ruthless about what you magnify. The danger of negative thoughts is not only in the pain they cause, but in the way they shape your identity if you allow them to linger. A single lie, repeated often enough, can begin to feel like truth. How many people live their entire lives under the weight of a lie they believed as children? Words spoken by someone careless, words planted by failure, words rooted in comparison. These lies take shape as thoughts, and then those thoughts become the silent chains that hold people back for years. Do not let your identity be forged by lies. Do not let your spirit be caged by illusions. You are not what your doubts say you are. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not the echo of someone else's criticism. You are greater, higher, and far stronger than the shadows that try to define you. Every time a negative thought rises, see it as an intruder in your sacred temple. Do not negotiate with it. Do not welcome it. Do not sit at the table with it. Cast it out with authority. Protect the sacredness of your mind as a guardian protects the gates of a holy place. For once the gates are open without vigilance, corruption seeps in quietly. It does not shout at first, it whispers. It does not strike at first, it lingers. And then one day you wake up and the garden of your mind is overrun with weeds. That is why vigilance is not a choice, it is a necessity. Stand guard over your thoughts, for your thoughts build your destiny. Do not underestimate the ripple effect of what you allow to live in your mind. A single thought can shape your mood can shape your actions can shape your habits, and your habits can shape your future. This is how powerful the mind is. What you allow in today will decide where you stand tomorrow. So why allow poison when you can choose strength? Why allow despair when you can choose hope? Why allow fear when you can choose courage? But courage is not always loud. Sometimes courage is the quiet refusal to let a single negative thought dominate your heart. Sometimes courage is the simple act of saying, no, I will not believe this. I will not bow to this. I will not carry this. And in that refusal, you reclaim your strength. Each time you say no to negativity, you say yes to your destiny. Each time you silence the voices of doubt, you give your true voice the space to rise. You must realize that the mind is like a battlefield, but it is also like a mirror. It reflects back what you continually focus on. If you constantly feed it anger, you will live with bitterness. If you constantly feed it fear, you will live with hesitation. If you constantly feed it failure, you will live with regret. But if you feed it gratitude, you will see abundance. If you feed it discipline, you will see progress. If you feed it courage, you will see breakthrough. The mirror reflects only what you place before it. Do not waste your life believing the thoughts that come to break you. Ask yourself, what if every negative thought was nothing more than a test? What if each one was given to you not to enslave you, but to sharpen you? When you feel the weight of despair, what if that moment is your training ground to rise higher than you ever thought possible? When you feel the grip of fear, what if that moment is the fire that forges your courage? When you feel the sting of doubt, what if that moment is the opportunity to prove that your spirit is greater than your mind's illusions? The truth is this: you do not need to wait for negative thoughts to disappear before you live your life. Too many people postpone their joy, their dreams, their purpose, waiting for their mind to be clear. But clarity is not given, it is chosen. You must act even when the doubts are loud. You must walk even when fear tries to paralyze you. You must build even when your mind whispers that it is impossible. Action is the antidote. Movement is the medicine. A stagnant mind breeds negativity, but a purposeful life silences it. Remember, discipline is freedom. The one who cannot control his thoughts is like a leaf tossed in the wind, always moving, never choosing, always reacting, never leading. But the one who masters his thoughts is like a mountain, still, strong, immovable, no matter what storm surrounds it. Discipline your mind daily. Train it to see what is good, to speak what is true, to believe what strengthens. It will not happen overnight, but with consistency, the fortress of negativity will crumble. Think of your thoughts as guests. Some come uninvited, some bring gifts, and some bring destruction. It is your choice who you allow to stay. If you allow destructive guests to live in your home, do not be surprised when peace disappears. But if you welcome only those that bring strength, courage, and vision, your life will overflow with abundance. You are the host. Do not hand over your home to thieves. And know this: negative thoughts will never stop trying to return. They will always knock. But knocking does not mean entering. The door to your mind belongs to you, and only you can decide what comes in. Too many people live as though their door is wide open, as if they have no control. But you do. Close the door to despair. Close the door to doubt. Close the door to lies. Open the door only to what lifts you, strengthens you, and moves you forward. Every negative thought carries with it an invitation to believe in limitation, an invitation to bow before weakness, an invitation to hand over your power. But understand this, just because it knocks on the door of your mind does not mean you must open it. Not every invitation deserves a response. Not every thought deserves your attention. If you accept the invitation, you sit down with despair and drink from its poisoned cup. But if you decline it, if you stand in your authority and say, "This thought is not mine, this thought is not truth, this thought has no power here," you remain free, untouched by the poison that destroys so many others. You must learn to fight with love, not with hatred of yourself for having negative thoughts, not with judgment for feeling weak, but with love for the person you are becoming. Love that is fierce enough to protect your soul from lies. Love that is patient enough to train your mind day by day. Love that is bold enough to speak life when everything within you feels broken. When love stands guard over your mind, negativity has no place to take root. For love is stronger than fear, stronger than doubt, stronger than shame. Your negative thoughts are loud because they want to distract you from the truth of your power. Think about it. If you were truly powerless, why would they fight so hard to convince you of it? Why would they need to repeat themselves, to echo constantly, to press you down again and again? They fight because there is something in you they fear. They fight because within you is a strength that, once awakened, can no longer be bound. Every time negativity rises, see it as confirmation of your potential. The enemy only attacks what he fears. When your mind says you are not enough, remember this: you are not called to be enough for everything and everyone. You are called to rise in the truth of who you are. You are not a mistake. You are not an accident. You are not broken beyond repair. You are a vessel of strength, molded by trials, refined by fire, built for endurance. What you carry is not small, and that is why the battle is fierce. Do not measure yourself by the weight of your negative thoughts. Measure yourself by the strength that keeps rising in spite of them. You are not defined by the war inside your head. You are defined by the warrior who refuses to surrender in that war. Every time you choose to stand, every time you refuse to be swallowed, every time you pick yourself up again, you prove that you are more powerful than the lies that try to bury you. And hear this clearly: negative thoughts will never stop arriving, but you can stop surrendering. You can stop bowing. You can stop agreeing. The real power is not in eliminating all darkness from your mind. It is in shining so much light that the darkness cannot remain. You are not called to chase away every shadow. You are called to be the flame that makes them irrelevant. Do not think of this battle as punishment. Think of it as preparation. For every person who rises to greatness has learned how to master their thoughts. Every person who fulfills their purpose has fought this same invisible war. You are not alone in this fight. You are part of a greater lineage of souls who have faced their own shadows and risen higher. And if they could endure, so can you. There is a secret strength hidden in awareness. When you see a negative thought clearly, it loses its grip. It no longer controls you. It becomes simply something you observe. Like watching clouds pass in the sky, you see them come, you see them go, and you no longer believe you are the cloud. You are the sky, vast, unshaken, infinite. The cloud may pass, but the sky remains untouched. Let this awareness become your anchor. If you want to truly master your negative thoughts, Learn the art of replacing them. Do not simply cast them out. Fill the space they once occupied with something greater. When despair leaves, let hope move in. When doubt leaves, let faith move in. When fear leaves, let courage move in. An empty mind will always attract more shadows. A filled mind shines with light too strong for darkness to enter. And remember, the mind will believe whatever you train it to repeat. If you constantly tell yourself you are weak, your mind will create weakness. If you constantly tell yourself you are strong, your mind will create strength. This is not fantasy. This is the reality of how deeply your thoughts shape your being. Speak truth into yourself until truth becomes the only voice your mind obeys. Speak with conviction, speak with fire, speak until the walls of doubt come crashing down under the weight of your own words. The time has come to stop being a prisoner of your own mind. Break free. Tear down the walls of lies. Refuse to live another day bowing to voices that were never meant to rule you. Your thoughts are tools. Use them to build. Use them to heal. Use them to rise. If you do not master them, they will master you. But the power is yours. The power has always been yours. When you look at the weight of your negative thoughts, you must also ask yourself, who would you be without them? Imagine a life where you are no longer dragged by the constant whispers of doubt, where you are no longer chained by the shadows of fear, where you are no longer paralyzed by the lies that tell you that you cannot. Who would you become if your mind became your ally instead of your enemy? That person already exists within you. It is not a dream. It is a reality waiting for you to step into it. Negative thoughts do not define your truth. They only test it. They rise like waves, high and violent. But you are not the wave. You are the ocean. Deeper, stronger, immeasurable. The surface may rage, but beneath the surface lies calm, unshaken strength. Your spirit is that depth. The noise in your head is nothing compared to the vastness of who you truly are. Do not mistake turbulence for identity. Do not mistake passing thoughts for eternal truth. The real danger is not the thought itself. It is your agreement with it. When you agree with a negative thought, you give it power. It is like signing a contract with your enemy, handing over your own weapons, surrendering your own fortress. But when you refuse to agree, when you say with authority, no, I reject this lie, I refuse this weakness, I will not make a covenant with despair, then the thought loses all strength. Agreement is power. Do not give your power away. Your spirit was not designed to be ruled by chaos. Your spirit was designed to rule over it. You were not created to be the servant of fear. You were created to rise above fear, to walk with courage, to carry peace even in the midst of storms. The negative thoughts that flood your mind are not there to prove you are broken. They are there to give you the chance to prove you are unshakable. Every lie you defeat strengthens the foundation of your soul. Every fear you overcome carves into you the wisdom of resilience. Every shadow you outlast confirms the light burning within you. You must stop identifying with the weakness of your mind. Your thoughts say you are tired, but your spirit is infinite. Your thoughts say you are defeated, but your spirit is undefeated. Your thoughts say you are nothing, but your spirit knows you carry everything you need. Stop bowing to the illusions. Rise into the truth that has always been yours. You are stronger than the lies, greater than the fears, higher than the doubts. Consider this. How many of your negative thoughts have ever truly come to pass? How many nights did you spend awake, worrying about disasters that never happened? How many moments of joy did you lose because Your mind convinced you to live in imaginary pain. That is the trap. Your mind convinces you to suffer in a reality that does not even exist. But the moment you see this clearly, the illusion breaks. You realize that you have been held captive not by reality, but by imagination misused. Free your imagination from despair and let it serve you with vision, hope, and greatness. Do not fight your thoughts with hatred, for hatred is also a seed that grows. Fight them with clarity, with awareness, with strength. When they rise, observe them, challenge them, and then choose differently. Your power is always in choice. Every moment you can choose despair or hope, fear or courage, weakness or strength. Do not believe the lie that you are powerless. Choice is the sword placed in your hand. Wield it with confidence. And know this silence is a weapon too. Not silence that agrees with the lies, but silence that refuses to argue with them. When your negative thoughts scream, sometimes the most powerful response is to stand still, unshaken, and let them lose their energy against your stillness. Like waves crashing against a cliff, let them strike, let them roar, let them rise and fall, but remain unmoved. In time, the waves exhaust themselves, but the cliff still stands. You are that cliff. Fill your days with discipline of thought. Begin each morning with strength in your words. Do not wait for your thoughts to dictate your mood. Set your intention with clarity before they even rise. Speak into the silence. Today I will not bow to fear. Today I will not surrender to lies. Today I will rise, I will fight, I will walk with strength. Train your mind as a warrior trains his body. Through daily practice, through deliberate discipline, through consistent commitment. The more you train, the stronger you become. Do not let your negative thoughts rob you of the present moment. Life is happening now. Opportunity is here now. Strength can be chosen now. Yet too many live trapped in regrets of yesterday or fears of tomorrow. Yesterday no longer exists. Tomorrow is not promised. But this moment, this breath, this choice is in your hands. Guard it, protect it, fill it with purpose. And when negativity tries to steal it, fight back with the authority of one who knows the value of what they hold. Your mind is a battlefield, yes, but it is also a temple. Treat it with sacredness, cleanse it daily. Fill it with what uplifts, with what strengthens, with what heals. Do not decorate it with garbage. Do not invite thieves to dwell within it. Do not allow poison to pollute its walls. You are the keeper of that temple. And the way you guard it will decide the life you live. And now hear this, the battle with your negative thoughts is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to reveal you. Every whisper of fear, every shadow of doubt, every surge of despair, these are not the end of you. They are the sharpening stones against which your spirit is tested. Do not mistake the noise of your mind for the truth of your being. You are not the lies that rise against you. You are the strength that stands against them. Your life is too sacred to be wasted bowing to illusions. Your destiny is too great to be buried beneath the rubble of fear. Your spirit is too powerful to live chained by the voice of weakness. Rise up and take your mind back. Speak with fire, live with courage, walk with discipline. Choose light, choose strength, choose hope again and again until your thoughts no longer command you. You command them. The world does not need another soul lost in despair. The world needs the fullness of you. Clear, strong, unshaken. Do not hand over that gift to your negative thoughts. Stand. Stand even when it is hard. Stand even when it is painful. Stand until the lies grow silent. For when you master your mind, you master your life. And when you master your life, you become unstoppable.